Alright guys, this is Josh with Spotter Up. I'm going to do a review of the Hazard 4 Clerk bag. Now it looks like just a backpack, but it's actually got a lot of really cool design features that makes it way more versatile than just your average backpack. We'll take a look at those in a second. As you can see, wearing it fully enclosed with the waist straps and the chest straps cinched down. It's incredibly comfortable, probably the most comfortable backpack I've ever owned. It's very secure, which is nice. It's not going to move around. Feeling very mobile with this bag on, loaded up. Really great design, very comfortable, super adjustable, pretty much in every way. So one of the cool features about this backpack that I'll be talking about is the way that it's designed to open like a messenger bag in some ways. It opens not just from the top like a traditional backpack, but the zippers kind of are oriented sideways so that you can get better access to the main pocket. And also, while you're wearing it, you can just sling it off one shoulder, open up the top compartment, right? And what happens is you open that up and it drops and doesn't fall all the way because of these cool straps. And what that allows you to do is to quickly access maps right here. There's a clear plastic section, so easily access all your organizational pockets, knives, lights, medical supplies, writing utensils, ammo, and let's take a closer look. So. All right, guys. Hazard 4 Clerk bag. All right. This bag has a lot of features that are worth mentioning and going over. So I will start on the outside and try and work my way in, hitting all the points that I think are most important to the consumer. So first of all, the bag is very high quality. Everything is very well made, very strong. The stitching is all very nice. But if you've ever owned anything from Hazard 4, you know that their quality is definitely top notch. The zippers are all very nice zippers. Stitching is all good, very durable. So specific features of the Hazard 4 bags. Obviously, 2 hardcovers right up front. These are great for carrying things that you want to protect, like optics, glasses. I've got a external hard drive and some mobile chargers in here. So the way I have this bag loaded out for this review is basically kind of a mix of like first responder, medic, slash urban backpacker. So kind of a hybrid loadout, but obviously there's a lot of different ways you can kit this bag out, depending on what you want to do. So the lower hardcover here opens from the side because this bag is sort of designed to be slung off the back, slung in front of you, kind of messenger style. So gives you easy access to this pod, and then also the upper pocket opens messenger bag style and drops, which I'll show you as well. The other pod opens traditional backpack way, straight up and down. The insides of the pods are like very soft material, but they're also like minor hook and loop. So anything hook and loop is going to stick to those. So that's nice. All right, so moving around the outside of the bag, specific features again, there's water holders on each side of the bag, okay? Obviously, MOLLE attachments around the edge of the bag. This water holder right here has a zip down so that you can open it up for larger water bottles, of course. And also has for smaller bottles, it's got this little cinch strap you can drop over the top. to secure it, which is you know, just one of those nice little features. So these are actually, talk about these little grommets. These can be found various places around the bag. And what they are for is, as Hazard 4 actually sells attachments for these. They sell little rubberized loops, basically, that attach through there securely, and they create hard points. So you can actually attach a little hard point right there. Attach one right there. They also make little lights, so you can get little blinking visible lights, IR lights, I believe, and attach those to these points. You know, which is pretty cool. Now, let's see here. Let's talk about handles. So, top of the backpack has traditional handle strap up here with a real nice rubberized grip. Very, very strong, awesome grip. It also has another one right here on the side, which is great. This one is just a simple strap. It's sewed in there tight, and I have loaded this bag up and hung it. Tugged on it. This strap works great, so you can pretty much pick the bag up and go from any orientation. There's another really nice durable one at the bottom near the drain, which I'll talk about a little bit later. So now let's talk about cinch straps. All right, there are cinch straps on both sides of the bag, so once you get your bag loaded up, you can cinch them down. You can unbuckle them to open it up. All right, over here, same thing, cinch straps. All right, cinch it tight. All right, we've got cinch straps on the bottom. Cinch it tight to do the same. Just pull them to loosen them, and same thing over top. You can cinch them down up here. All right, pull them to loosen them, and then of course the cinches for your adjustments. For when it's on your back, you can pull it tight, pull it loose. All right, cinch it up real nice. Okay. All right, so let's look at the pads themselves. Actually, the shoulder straps. So shoulder straps. All right, they are very cushy, nice and padded. All right, very soft on the inside, and then the place for your back. All right, is also very nice and padded as well. So I've got it all wet, so that's just some water stains. Haven't tried to wash it off. This is very, very padded cushion material. Same with the waist straps. Very cushy, covered in moly. Got a little buckle. Nice big, easy to use clips, and cool logo right there. So the design of these straps, the way that they are cut and placed along with this, makes a extremely comfortable bag to wear, with all the padding and just the way that they fit. It's easy to take off, it's easy to put on, it's easy to adjust, and it's very comfortable to wear, very secure. Totally impressed. So really nice. We have a couple ports right here by the handles. So obviously on either side behind the shoulder straps, there's a zipper. The zipper accesses the main compartment. It's just a port for, you can run irrigation lines, you can run comms lines, you can run, if you have something that's too big to fit in the main bag and it'll fit through here, you can extend it out of that hole if you want to. So again, over here, this is, I think, specifically designed for an irrigation tube or a comms tube. So you've got another one right there. So those are great. All right. Starting at the back, right behind the back panel where the padding is, there's another zipper, right? This zipper opens into basically a laptop compartment. And as I said, this loadout I've got is kind of a mix of like urban backpacker, day bag / first responder medic kind of thing. So, so in here, got a laptop, right? Full size laptop. All right. So in here you've got the other side of the back is that very soft, mild hook and loop material that I mentioned. So passes will stick. Anything else that you may want to put in there, hook and loop, you can run right here. All right. The other side is this really nice, soft stitching material. And there's access to the main compartment through here as well. So you can run lines through there. So another option, if you don't want to use this for a laptop compartment, you can take anything else hook and loop, like a holster. All right. Stick it in there. All right. Run a concealed carry gun. All right. Right there. So you're wearing the backpack, sling it over your shoulder, rip this open, grab your gun. It's right there. So that's a cool feature. I like that. All right. So obviously I've got emergency bandage. All right. First aid care right here. I'm going to unload this bag in front of you so you can see. We've got some equipment here. Mantis X training tool. All right. Open. Obviously, external hard drive. Some chargers. All right. Now, let's uncinch these straps. Oh, right. One thing I forgot to mention about the straps. So, these straps on the front here, you'll notice that male and female go together, obviously. You can cinch it down. Okay. Now, on this side, you've got the same thing, except the male is near the front of the bag and the female is near the back of the bag. And the reason for that design, it's intentional. You can undo these and give it more slack. And this allows you to run these cinch straps, okay, over the length. You could run these over the length of the bag. I guess I'll demonstrate. While I'm demonstrating, I'll show you another cool feature. All of the cinch straps have extra material, so you can adjust length, obviously. But the cool thing is, to avoid having the extra material just be dangling loose and being annoying, which is a common thing with bags, they have these really neat little Velcro straps that allows you to, once you adjust it to the length that you want, it captures all that extra and keeps it secure. I think that's fantastic. So, as I was saying, we'll undo this one. You can run these straps cinched over the front of the bag and really cinch it down. You know, I'm not sure why you would want to do that. You can, though. Maybe if you were skydiving with it and you really wanted to secure it, or, you know, I don't know. I'm not high speed to come up with a reason to do that, but I suppose if I was had the need for it, you could really cinch it down. I guess if the bag was mostly empty and you really wanted to condense it, that would be a great reason to use these. You could crank these down, crank them down, and really cinch the bag down to you. So you can run those over the top. Another cool feature. All right, going into the interior of the bag. So obviously the backpack opens like a traditional backpack, okay? You can open it that way. The main zipper is protected by this little, nice little liner here. All right. You can open the main compartment. All right. It's like a normal backpack. Open it up, access the main compartment. But the way it's designed is the main compartment zipper stops there on the right side. But on the left side, it doesn't stop. It goes all the way down to the bottom and across the bottom, so that you can open up the main compartment and have access to it completely. So you throw it down, you can sling it over your shoulder, you can access the whole thing. Obviously I've got some bandages, spotter up hoodie, first aid kit in here. So we'll take that out. The main compartment, this is the, there's that access hole into the back laptop compartment. There's the access holes out, and there's a couple organizational like flips right here that you can fit things in. The soft like hook and loop material doesn't feel like Velcro. Hook and loop traditional is very soft feeling, so wouldn't be concerned about it against sensitive items. I demonstrate this in another video, but there's a little rubber grommet at the bottom down here, and that is situated at the very bottom of the bag, and there's a space between the liner down here and the external of the bag, and there's that space there because on the outside is a little metal drain, and the rubber grommet is not directly aligned with the metal drain. It's offset. The idea being if you have fragile equipment in here, stuff you don't want scratched, it'll rub against this rubber grommet with no harm, and the metal drain is offset and won't damage your stuff. So it's a nice feature. I tested the draining in a different video. It works good. So Josh will spotter up. I am going to do a little bit of a drainage test. Got a thermos full of water, and I've got my Clerk bag from Hazard 4. And cool thing, well, one of the cool things about this bag, it's got a lot of features. One of the cool features is there's a little drain at the bottom, and it's pretty small. It's metal, but on the inside of the bag, there's actually a liner, and on the liner there's a little rubber grommet that's actually offset from the metal drain, and so the drain's here and the grommet is actually offset from it and separated. There's a little space between the liner. The idea is that if you put equipment in here, like cameras, firearms, whatever, something you don't want scratched, the rubber grommet is here, and there's no way that the inside of this metal drain piece will scratch your equipment. So I just wanted to test this out. Basically see how well this drained water. So it drains pretty slowly. It's this pretty small piece. However, it does what it's intended to do. So, didn't let it completely drain, but there's still a little bit of water in there. But it worked. Now, up here you've got a mesh compartment on the other side of the main bag. And there's two zippers. You can open them any way you want, right? And it makes two separate compartments. A smaller compartment, right? And I've got a couple AR mags in here. Smaller compartments, you can fit a couple mags there. You could fit probably 3 or 4 here, or anything else you wanted. So, you know, dirty laundry, whatever. Now, I'm going to close the main compartment. Alright. And I demonstrated this in a separate part of the video, but when it's on your back, you can sling it over one shoulder and kind of access this front compartment like a messenger bag. So, obviously, undo any cinching that you might have. Oops. And that drops right open. Okay? So, I've got a map in here. I've got iPad. I've got computer cables. Alright? There's a couple little Velcro straps right here for you to secure whatever's behind this clear pocket. All right. Obviously, you can access your iPad. You can access all these things. It's pretty awesome. And you can see your maps, see your charts, see whatever it is that you may need right there. Pretty cool. So, aside from that, the name Clerk comes from the fact that this has such a high amount of organizational pockets. So, I'll start back here. Obviously, the main pocket has all the different organizational pockets for small items of all different sizes. So whatever you need, whatever you want to fit in here, you can. Knives, flashlight, pens, pistol mag. Pull this stuff out. I've got a tourniquet in here. Little field book. All right. There's another zip pocket right here. 2 more bandages in there. And then another large pocket right here that I had more medical supplies in. So, take all this out. So, and yeah, and it looks pretty. Looks pretty while it's doing it. So, there's an in-depth look at your Clerk bag. Lots of cool features, a lot of different ways you can load this bag out, and it's damn useful. I've used this bag as a range bag, I've taken it to competitions, and I've fit every single thing I can in here. Speaking of competitions, that's what I wanted to demonstrate real quick. I will demonstrate this in another video. I will try and utilize it. I loaded this up as a range bag, and I put everything I needed for a day at the range in here. Obviously, you can take this optic out and place it in a separate part of the bag. I opted to simply leave it on the upper so that I could have a kind of quick assembled rifle in the bag. And you know, there's a few different ways you can fit this in, but clearly, you know, it works pretty good. So, Hazard 4 Clerk bag, spotter up. This is Josh. Thank you for watching.